Samuel? Are you there? Please, say something. You been? I've been looking for you. You promised you wouldn't just disappear anymore. I've been looking all over for you. Ow! What's wrong with you? I don't know who you are. I don't know my own husband. You disappear every night. You only talk when it's absolutely necessary. Where is the man that I married, Samuel? I want my husband back!
What have I done? What the hell have I done? Oh no! I didn't want this! No! No! No!
Get on with it! Stick the damn fuse back in! I want to open the store!
Well, at least it'll give me a bit of light until I get the power turned back on. An old dust-encrusted fuse box. There are a lot of wires coming out of the top of it, which then run along the floor joists. Doesn't look exactly safe. That rickety pallet is blocking my view of the lower shelves. I can't see what's behind there. Photo developer. Looks like it's been there for a while, but the bottle's still sealed, so it could still be good. Let's see. A few plastic containers, bottles and boxes, light bulbs, cables, grease. And a small carton of fuses.
The fuse! The fuse, man! Open your eyes!
Hopefully the fuses work. You never know in this place. There's just one fuse left in the box. But at least it looks unused. I reckon it still ought to work. Okay then. Just like everything else of Fuller's, pretty well junk. I think I can swap a fuse over without needing instructions. The blown fuse must be under here. Fuller's already had a go at it, but again, he couldn't sort it out. 3 other fuses look fine, but this one's had it. I should throw that away, otherwise I'll get mixed up. Well, that's that. Now all we need is some power. Okay, so let's have a look. Let there be light. Don't need this anymore. A battered paint can with about half an inch of dust on the lid. Dr. Rainbow's Finest Pearly White 85. I don't think I can recall having seen one pearly white thing in this whole building. Fuller will hardly miss it, and even if, I can live with it. Some photo of a beach and an ocean. There are millions of pictures like this. They all look the same somehow. Some photo of a beach and an ocean. There are millions of pictures like this. They all look the same somehow. Some photo of a beach. If I want to look at awful pictures, then I can do it upstairs in the store. There's not as much dust on the floorboards here. They're almost shiny, in fact. So does Fuller stand here every night with a beer looking at these awful pictures? These boards don't run parallel to the wall. They're turned 90 degrees. They make a rectangle roughly 30 by 25 inches. Strange. The boards aren't fixed at all. They move easily and sank a little bit into the floor as I stepped on them. Something's a bit strange about this place, but I have no idea what it is. Something's a bit strange. An old clothes dummy. Oh, judging by the smell, it's been damp at some point, and now it's just moldering away. I wouldn't accept it as a present, even if it didn't stink. An ancient rusted bucket with a little bit of water in it. With that water in the bucket, it's only a matter of time until it's completely rusted through. I certainly don't need a bucket, nor a load of rusty water. A water faucet. If Fuller had a garden he wanted to water, he could do it from here. But in Fuller's garden, you'd get pretty well nothing to grow. An old garden hose, with more holes than a golf course. I can't do anything with that. A beer crate with 24 bottles. All empty. And the bottles aren't dusty either. Beer doesn't keep long around here. Cheap beer. That's about right for Fuller. I just wonder why he has the crate in the basement. I can't see him coming down here every time he wants to drink a beer upstairs. light shaft with a grill. Leads up to the backyard. The hinges on the basement grill are rusted. No idea if you could open it, and even if you could, it'd squeak like hell. I don't want to open the grill. Why should I? So let's go up. A wonderful working day awaits, full of appreciation and deep personal fulfillment. Ugh.
Finally! You make a big deal about going to college, but you're too sappy to replace a fuse. Put that board outside in front of the store. Get on with it!
The postcards all show scenes from New England. They're the regular cards you see everywhere around here. Who should I send the card to? My fellow white bread students who I hardly know? Or my mom, who lives a couple of houses away? Many of the things here are overpriced, but that's obvious. There's only one photo store in town. He takes advantage of that. Simple reflex cameras for private use. Nothing special. That's Fuller's camera. It's quite a good one. Huh. If good technology would make up for missing talent, then even a complete idiot like Fuller could shoot good pictures with it. That's Fuller's camera. It's quite a good one. You know, that idiot's kit really isn't too bad. And pretty expensive. The lights look brand new. He's definitely not had them for long. Perhaps the store used to do better before, and he had some savings. Or maybe he bought the new lights on credit. The store couldn't have paid for them, that's for sure. Picture frames could do with being a little more professionally presented. But to be honest, they don't really deserve it. The store isn't doing very well. I don't think a cheap sign is gonna change that. But what the hell?
Someone's really tempted.
Huh?
You've put it the wrong way around.
Yeah.
I'd like to get some portraits done. Some pretty black and white pictures. Have I come to the right place?
Oh, yeah. You're at just the right place. Black and white photography is my specialty.
Wonderful. So let's get started. My name's Angelinę.
Oh, I'm Darren. Let's go inside.
Welcome to Fuller's photography store. What can I do for you?
I wanted to get some portraits done.
Ooh, very good. We can start right away, dear lady.
But I thought Darren would...
What? But he's just an errand boy. A pretty child like you deserves a real photographer. Here, go and pick up the post and take this letter to Mrs. Biba in the diner in the main square. I've got things to do.
Son of a... A hydrant, just like any other one. I don't see anything special about it. If this place ever burns down, I'll be the guy holding the match. Most of the pictures here in the window weren't taken by Fuller. In some moment of blinding inspiration, he must have decided to get some proper photographers to promote his business. Of course, they have no idea just how lucky they've been. Portraits, group pictures, wedding photography, and landscapes. And all of them totally unimaginative, just as things should be. Fuller lives with his mother over the store. I haven't met the old hag yet, but going from her son and that filthy mutt that she seems to love more than anything, I don't think I'm missing too much. Jebediah Biddeford or something like that, I guess. Honestly, I've got no idea who that is. The city's founder, a mayor, a benefactor, what do I know? What a flashy thing that is. Probably some tourist's cool ride. Europeans in particular confuse New England with California and think they should be driving around in convertibles, Mustangs. Most of the year, an open-top car is a bad idea around here. With that kind of weather, Biddeford should make the raincoat a national uniform. I haven't seen such an old bubblegum machine for years. Belongs to the diner. They do that whole nostalgia thing in there too. Burgers, fries, and drinks. What more could you need? The diner's run by Mr. and Mrs. Biber. It's not a bad joint. It's done up like a 1950s diner. Yeah, well, at least how we imagine the 50s were. Oh, thanks. A red, white, and blue string of lights. God bless America. red, white, and blue string of lights.
Yeah, just down the street.
Thanks a lot.
Some people. In a white lab coat. In his 40s, I'd say. Could be a doctor. A man in a white lab coat. They're supposed to represent something like portholes. In reality, they're glazed display cabinets. The rear panels of the display cabinets are painted blue. They both have underwater scenes with plastic fishes and lobsters on them. Kitschy. And that's about it. A big, ugly plastic lobster. Not particularly appetizing. The moose is the emblem of Maine. But the lobster's a close second. Ketchup, mustard, mayo, salt, pepper, syrup, sugar, and a bottle of vinegar. There's not much left. I don't think anyone will miss it. I'll take some bread. Mrs. Bible won't mind. There's everything you'd expect from a diner, from breakfast and lunch to coffee and cake, right up to dinner. The specialty is, of course, lobster, like everywhere around here. I have to admit they are pretty tasty. The specialty is, of course, lobster, like everywhere around. I really don't know if this place makes any money. There's usually a few people whenever I come in, but is that enough? Surely you can't get by on just that. That's Mrs. Biber, I think. As far as I can understand it, she runs this place with her husband. Excuse me.
What can I get you, my boy?
Actually, I'm here to give you something. It's from Fuller in the photo store.
Psst. Hey, come over here. I can guess what this is about. The dirty old swine. I should have known. Vermin ain't so easy to get rid of. Tell him
You better tell him yourself. Whatever it is, you...
Claire! You gonna talk all day? The customers are waiting!
get out of here and tell your boss he can go to hell.
Jeez. What the hell was that all about then? She sure didn't seem to be a fan of Fuller's. I got that much. And the guy in the kitchen, he sure wasn't supposed to see that she had mail. Mrs. Biber?
I'll be right there. All right. What is it?
I was just asking, what Fuller...
Listen, I ain't got the time, nor do I want to talk about that scumball. Bug off.
Sorry, Mrs. Biber? I'm only the messenger. I've got no idea what's going on here. I can't stand Fuller either, but
But you still work for him, don't you? Making some nice dough. Problem is, it's not his money. It's...
What would a 50s bar be without a jukebox? The world's just wonderful, and aren't we all so very happy type music? It just isn't my thing. If there was maybe a Pearl Jam track on it, then I'd give it a play. But Buddy Holly doesn't quite do it for me. A man in a white lab coat. They got 2 or 3 people working in the kitchen. One of them's Mr. Biber. Mrs. Biber works out here on her own. Looks like she really works her butt off.
Hello? Young man! You're Darren Michaels, aren't you?
Yes, and you are?
Oh, excuse me. My name is Newhouse. I'm a doctor at the health center.
At the health center? You mean at the hospital out there?
Well, yes. We call it the Biddeford Health Center. We aren't just a hospital. We have yoga courses and cookery courses and...
And what do you want from me?
Yes. I know your mother, Darren. We had a date here this morning, to be more precise. Me and her. We wanted to hang up some pictures your mother painted in the health center.
Yes, and...
She's not there. She's normally always... She's always punctual, isn't she? This kind of thing never happens.
Look, I don't have a lot of time right now. But I'll give her a call, okay? As soon as I'm back in the store. Maybe she's forgotten about your little meeting, Doc.
If you say so, but actually...
I gotta go. I'll call Mom later and tell her that you're waiting for her in the health center. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I think that the picture has turned out very well. There's barely a single wave today. No wonder. Beautiful weather, not much wind. Back there is where the harbor ends and the natural shoreline begins. Just miles and miles dotted with lone houses. Often guest houses and hotels with views over the ocean. Back there is where the harbor ends and... The young woman, she looks sad. Everything okay?
No, it's not actually. Carrie died here 2 years ago. She was my best friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did it happen?
You're not from around here.
No, I'm from Boston. I'm spending the semester break at my mother's.
Yes. Well, Carrie committed suicide. No one knows why. Everyone loved her. She was intelligent and always happy. I think there's still a picture of her in old Fuller's display window. A young woman with dark hair and green eyes.
Yes, I know that picture. A really pretty woman.
She had so many plans. After studying, she wanted to open a kindergarten here in Biddeford with her husband Jason. I just don't understand it. From one day to the next, she changed completely. Became really reclusive. She was depressed, melancholic all the time. No one could reach her anymore. Not even Jason. Even though they loved each other more than anything. Then one day, she just threw herself into the sea.
And no one knows why?
No one. Jason has never gotten over it. He couldn't help it. A few months later, he married a brainless bimbo with a convertible. He probably just felt so lonely. It's definitely got nothing to do with love.
He must have been really lonely.
Excuse me. I'd rather be alone right now.
Of course. I'm sorry. Pretty senseless driving around Maine in a convertible. But I reckon that's not what it's really about. It was expensive, and that's what counts. Pretty senseless driving around Maine.
And then I said to him, Jason, I need a new car, urgently.
Oh yeah, and then?
What can I say? It's parked right outside.
You can't be serious.
Sure, I'm being serious.
The clock must be busted.
Convertible. Totally cute.
At least it'll be right twice a
Girl,
day.
You're just gonna have to show me later.
Oh, yes, there's no way I'm not going to do that.
Excuse me?
Have you got something wrong with your ears?
No, I just wanted a package.
Something wrong with your eyes then?
Huh?
Listen, I'm talking here. Can't you see that?
Yeah, I can see as clear as day, unfortunately. But I have to collect a package for Fuller at the photo store.
There'll be no line jumping in this store. You're online, okay? Now wait until I'm ready.
Ugh, the young kids today.
Always. I'm always having a fight with them.
Bad parent.
That car belongs to the world record talking lady from the shop. Could be useful.
Oh, my convertible!
Hello, is it something like my turn now? Please, don't let me rush you.
What do you want?
I'm supposed to collect something for Fuller. From the photo studio?
Collection note? This is the one, right here. Have you still got another note? There's another package for Fuller here.
Afraid not. Can I take it anyway?
I might turn a blind eye for nice customers.
So you're not gonna give it to me then?
Hell no!
Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
You know the Bibers?
From the diner? Sure I do.
What can you tell me about them?
I don't gossip, but her marriage ain't exactly the best.
Really?
Yeah, she's apparently very nice, a little jaded and stressed out. Can't ever forget her work. But him, he's an asshole. Been boozing for 2 or 3 years and is a bit free with his fists.
Why doesn't she leave him then?
No idea. She's real dependent on him. The diner belongs to the both of them. And besides, where would she go? Nobody would take her.
There's a really pretty young lady I've seen walking around here. Do you know her?
You had a real good look at her, didn't you?
Do you know her?
Well, I wouldn't say no. She came in here and asked about a photo studio, so I sent her up to Fuller's. She interrupted a conversation I was having with a friend. Can you believe that?
Ha! No way! I don't believe it. What brings someone like her, or maybe even you, here to Biddeford?
Someone like me. You mean a fat woman in a state full of fitness freaks. You're one charming kind of guy, aren't you?
No. I meant, why would someone as unfriendly as you work in a town tourist shop of all places?
Well, you ain't exactly a picture of politeness yourself.
But I don't work in a tourist shop either.
Okay, look. I grew up in New Jersey. My father didn't think the neighborhood was good for me or my brothers and sisters. So he got himself a job in a paper mill and dragged us all up here. Satisfied with that?
And you just weren't able to get yourself a job in construction or driving a truck?
Look, you shouldn't go trying to take on someone like me. You're punching way above your weight, son.
Huh, I can't deny that. Hey, Rosie, did you know Carrie, Jason's first wife?
Of course I knew her. I know everyone in Biddeford. At the end of the day, this is the only post office.
And what was she like?
What's that got to do with you?
I just wanted to chat a little.
Well, we never spoke too much. She was always so quiet. No comparison with Juliet. At least with her, you can have a decent conversation. Jason's so lucky he got her now. That really wasn't a life for a guy like Jason. With someone like that dragging him down, now, at least he's got a life.
Ah, so lucky.
Just between you and me, one shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But that Carrie, she was always a little strange.
Uh-huh. Thanks.
Yeah.
Coffee mugs, little lighthouses, badges, mini life belts with Biddeford stamped on them. Plastic house numbers, porcelain lobsters, plastic lobsters, wooden lobsters, metal lobsters. What more could the tourist heart yearn for? I think I'd rather my hand fell off before I took any of those with me. Those are banners and flags. Some very stylish, some completely not. I reckon the big ones must be for yachts. The main state flag always looks more like a beer company logo to me. At least they've got an elk and a tree in there. That's nice. So what have we got here? New Hampshire, Canada, something or other I don't recognize. New Brunswick or Quebec, perhaps. And of course, the obligatory stars and stripes in every imaginable shape and size. No thanks. I don't have a boat. And if I did, I'd be sailing under the skull and crossbones. Or maybe a Popeye flag. Something a little cooler than these. Handbills for local events. Grand New Year Bazaar. Hits a go-go, dance till you drop. Oh man. The other stuff's small ads. This is where the locals sell the junk they no longer need. Lawnmowers, baby cribs, record players. I'll pass. Huh. Every possible kind of form. Garbage and large object collection, telephone rerouting. Here's a form from the Make Our Town Prettier committee. My mom's on the board of that one. It seems you should send in suggestions for improvements around the town. I'm not interested in these forms for residents. I've got a few things going on which, like this town, could be a little more interesting. But I don't hold out much hope for success for them. An old ship's wheel. It's supposed to endow a certain maritime charm, I guess. I reckon that the local tourist board is missing something of a hook for this place. I mean, what is there here that's a bit special? There must be dozens of places like this one along the coast. An armchair. Doesn't look too uncomfortable, but who would want to sit down in this shop with the charming Rosie? I am definitely not gonna sit in that. A stand displaying 1,000,000 travel guides. New England, Quebec, England and Wales, Holland, the national parks of the USA, Tuscany, Hong Kong, etc., etc. There are too many travel guides to just go leafing through them all. While I've got nothing specific to look for, I'll leave them there. I've got Fuller's package. I don't want to distract this broad for even a second.